What's up guys, Malik here and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be looking at all of my trades on the NASDAQ 100 index. Today I made so many trades. I really showed a lot of indiscipline. Like, that's not the best way to trade. Ideally you should take around 4 trades, I would say, max for the day. But here I was even trading outside of when I had planned to trade, which was only during the US market open, which was 9:30 to around 4. I've been trading actually at 6 a.m. I've been trading at 8 a.m. I've been trading at 7 a.m. So I've taken a lot of losses before the market even starts. So definitely this is not the way to trade. But at the same time, I'm able to see how the market reacts off of my levels. And you can see that especially before the US market open, and this is kind of re-emphasizing it to myself. Before the US market opens, it's like so much whipsaw. It's basically playing in the zone, a lot of consolidation, and then trying to trade that isn't the best from what I've seen, because like basically all of my trades pre-market have not been playing out well. It seems like I met the trade, it kind of wicks up, hit out my stop loss, and then starts to go in that direction. And even when I flip the direction, it does the same thing. Just because I'm believing it's like low liquidity, the institutions can see your positions. They can actually move the market in a way that they can hit out a few stop losses, easy money, and then move it in that direction. But then when you have that big wave coming in at like 9:30, that's when some other retail traders or regular traders are able to ride that move to the upside and just kind of be backed by an institutional player, right? So the first trade, we have it here at I'll actually highlight it here. So the first trade was here at 609. So that was a trade on the 6 o'clock candle. So you'll see it here, the 6 o'clock candle. And that's when it looks like it was going to break more into the zone. So on the 6 o'clock candle, it looked like it was going to break into the zone and start to bounce up. So I entered to the upside at 14840.1, 14840.1. And then I actually got stopped out as the market started to break below the zone at 618. So that stop loss was actually 14828.9, and that was a total loss of 560. So that was the first trade on the day, and that was before market open. You can see how the market was trading. It looked like it would have reversed off of this level and kind of bounced off and started to trade above. No, it kind of broke down into the level. False breakout, it kind of found this level right here. That you can see that for some reason price always respects this level before actually pushing up. So this is something to note. I'm actually going to keep this on the chart and just ensure that we can always see that in case it comes up again. So let's even change that to like blue or something. Okay. So the next trade now was at 621, and then I entered this one at 14834.1. So this trade was on the 615 candle right here, and then I got stopped out on the 630 candle. So the market was just moving and just hitting out my stop loss piece by piece, basically every single candle. But I was taking some smaller losses, but they still kind of add up and they can still really affect you in the day. So this trade, I got stopped out. If I entered a buy side trade, the market kind of pushed down and hit out my stop loss. But then my stop loss was so tight, so it was a negative 0.125 loss on that trade. Right, so the next trade now, I'm trying to play that false breakout. So that's what I was trying to do here, and then now I kind of flipped it and decided that okay, the market is going to play off of this level and probably go down. But then you can see we had a big reversal level at 14808. So I entered here at 6 on the 645 candle. So the 645 candle at 14820.7. And then I got stopped out on, I think, the same candle at 14,824.2. Look at that. It's a little bit over for sure. Or it can even be that moment between it turning into this candle. Because you can see that price was basically way above this level. So it would have wicked me out either way, whether it would have been on the 7 o'clock candle or the 6:45 candle. It would have hit me out regardless. But this was a total loss of $1.75. All right, so the next trade now. The next trade was at 8:09. So that's the 8 o'clock candle. So let's find the 8 o'clock candle here. The clock candle here. We're breaking into that zone again. I'm thinking it's going to start to break above, but then it kind of reverse, hit out my stop loss within 20 minutes. So 14,836.5. So I entered to the upside into my zone, trying to play it to the upside. You had a huge wick to the upside. If I had set a take profit, I would have gotten hit out at a nice take profit there. But the market actually reversed, like basically grabbed everybody as liquidity before spiking up on the 9:30 candle. So this was the 8 o'clock candle. I entered at 14,836.5. And then I got stopped out on the next candle over, which is the 8:15 candle at 14,828. 14,828 flat. So that's where I set my stop loss. So you can see it's below the level, below the wick. But then the market basically pushed down, hit out the wick before going up and having a big push to the upside. And maybe if I saw that, I would have taken it because it would have been early. But that was a total loss of $5.95, right? So the next trade now, this one was something that I had let ride for a bit longer. So this I entered at 7:48. So that's part of the 7:45 candle. So this is up here when it just got into the zone, right? Entered that one at 14,833 flat. And then I actually got stopped out on the same 8:15 candle, just like the previous trade. So sometimes I try to keep like all stop losses the same, so I know the exact risk that I'm taking, and I'm keeping that same level as a key level to know whether I'm right or wrong. I was wrong overall because it would have pushed down, but on the trade it could have made some money if I had set a nice take profit. But that was a total loss of $2.30. And then the next trade now was a trade at 8:30. So this trade at 8:30, let's see what was happening. 8:30. So this big wick candle now. We had a big wick to the upside, so I entered to the buy side. And then I got stopped out as the market basically pushed down off of that huge rejection. So you'll see it here, I entered at 14,844.6. So it's looking like I'm entering on the wick, and then I got stopped out on the 8:45 candle, which was a big push down at 14,827.9. 827.9. And that was a total loss of 1670, right? So the loss kind of got bigger here. So I start to reduce the lot size. You'll see it, I went for 0.07s and 0.05s, right? Next trade now, I entered on the 8:45 candle. So I'll just use that candle I have there. So the 8:45 candle I entered at 14,838.4. And then I got stopped out on the 9 o'clock candle, which is this one. So I don't know what to say. Just look at how the candle is playing. That's why I'm saying maybe pre-market might not be the best, because you still had bearish movement. I entered to the sell side. I had all of this movement down. A wick came up right above my candle, right above the zone, cleared out the zone, cleared out the candle, hit out everyone's stop loss before pushing down. and I would have 100% sold it before 9:30 because I don't like to hold trades into 9:30. But this is the trade that actually hit me out of this candle move, and that's at 14843.6. You'll see how high on the wick this is, because I had my stop loss above the zone, and then it came and hit me out at 3.64 loss, right? So I kind of kept some tighter losses today, which benefited me kinda. Like, I'm able to take a lot more trades and not assume as much risk, but still losing this much trades is not good for your psychology either. So the next trade I entered at 9:15. So what was I doing here? Trying to kind of push it more to the downside. So I entered that at 14821.65. 14821.65. And then I got stopped out on this huge move on the 9:30 candle. Obviously, you know, if you have any sell position right here, you're out within a minute. And I actually got hit out at 9:31 for a total loss of 746. So then here I flipped it and went to the buy side. Just seeing how it engulfed the entire market, I went to the buy side, but it's looking like I actually closed this trade a bit too early, so it was only a profit of 4207. So I flipped it to the upside now at 14847.8. I must say it. Look at this. I got a great move. But I must say that sometimes, I don't know, it can be like, I wouldn't say it's trauma, but just knowing how the market can reverse on you, it kind of has you in defense mode. You're like, all right, I make some profits, let me just take it and leave. So that's exactly what happened here. So on the 10 o'clock candle, I actually closed this at 14907.9. 907.9, and that was a total profit of 42.07, and that was into the zone as well. So a lot of times people try to take profit at their zone, so as soon as it hits a zone, you're out. Like, it doesn't matter the amount, it's just a rule, right? So this is where I entered. This was a great trade because I could have even held it until 4:30 today. Actually, that would have been a great hold for the entire day. Would have took it from 14847 to 1500. So that would have been a $153 move on this. Wouldn't be 153 with a 0.07, it would be like 130, 120. But it would have been a nice clean move, and I would have taken that. So the next trade now, I entered at, this is on the 1055 candle. So 1055 on the 1045 candle, actually 1045. So I entered on the 1045 to the sell side, thinking it would have broke down off of my zone, like have a huge rejection. It didn't. It actually pushed up after that on the same candle. So this is where it actually had a rejection. So it's just like, this is where I started to get worn out in the market, because I'm like, I know my zones are working, but every time I entered, it's like it's wicking me out, moving in the other direction basically. So when I went to the sell side, I entered at 14908, and then I actually got stopped out at 14920.5. Okay, so the next trade now I entered at 1130. So at 1130, I entered to the sell side at 14939.4. 99.4. And what was I thinking here? 14939. I'm thinking it's gonna come back to the zone before pushing up. It actually found some level of support higher than that actual zone and pushed up. And even when it came back to kind of retest the zone, it couldn't even get to the zone. It just rejected higher and pushed up right after that. This would have been a great trade as well. This is still a kind of zone trade, but it didn't come and actually touch it, right? So let's actually look at this trade. I don't think I reviewed this well. So I entered this one on the 11:30 candle. So let's find the 11:30 candle. That's this one. I entered at 14,939.4. And then I got stopped out on the 11:30 candle. The same candle. So I entered to the sell side. I got stopped out on this candle as it started to push up, broke me at my level, out for $11.80. Okay, next trade now, and this is at 12:17. So that's part of the 12:15 candle, and that was a sell side trade again. I had a big move to the downside, thinking it was gonna continue. Did not continue at all. It had a small, like it found support here, reversed enough to probably hit me out right here. Let's see. So on the same candle, that 12:15 candle, I got hit out at 14,975.2 and 75.2. That was a total loss of 530. Right? So the next trade now, this is what I'm telling you, I'm getting really, really worn out. Just like, why is the market trading like this? It's not obvious. I'm not sure if it's because Jerome Powell is speaking today and yesterday, if why the market just isn't trading very, very structurally, to me at least. Like, it's just not moving how I expect it to move. And that's, I guess that is what makes it so elusive, I'd say. But this trade now, I entered on the 12:30 candle at 14,970.5, and then I got stopped out within 2 minutes at 14,979.45. And you see them marked out here on the same candle. Let me remove this strategy. I'm entering to the sell side thinking it's going to come down and touch the zone. And that basically, it was able to grab enough liquidity without coming to the zone and rally up. So the next trade now was at on the 11:40 candle. So that's part of the 11:30. So I entered to the buy side at 14,981.4. And then I actually got stopped out. What's this? On the 1 o'clock candle. 1 o'clock candle at 14,946.8. So I entered to the buy side here, got stopped out here for a total loss of 1730. And this was the big like liquidity grab. Like this was deep below my position before I had a nice run up. So if I had actually a more stop loss, I would be able to capitalize on that trade. This trade now was at 12:50, so that's part of the 12:45 candle. Entered at 14,963.5, and I got stopped out on the 1:45 candle. So this candle. So I entered to the sell side here, got stopped out as the market started to push up. So you can tell at this point I'm just exhausted. Like, so many trades done in the market, so many just reversals, so many unpredictable moves. Like it's just not moving how I usually expect it to move. So I entered to the sell side here. We did get this move down, but just this reversal was enough to just hit me out of the market for a total loss of 1582. And then the last trade now was at 226. So that's part of the 215 candle. So this is the 215 candle. I had a doji candle and I entered to the sell side thinking the indecision would actually start to take over. That was actually wrong. I had a bullish move to the upside. So a bullish move here would have been best, but I entered to the sell side. And then I got stopped out on the 230 candle at 15,002.7, 15,002.7. And that was a total loss of 1015. So you see how the market really just, or just how I traded the market just wasn't the best. But you can see the market actually came up, hit my zone like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before starting to push down. I think this zone might come into play tomorrow, hopefully with no important speakers talking. Might be an easier day to trade the market, but let's see how Friday is. I don't think trading pre-market is the best. I think I should really avoid that, and I'll try that tomorrow and see how it goes. We'll only trade at 9:30 and times after that when the market is open and there's a lot of liquidity. All right, but I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.